I got to tell you, that's lost its luster for me.
Why is that?
I don't know. I don't know what it is. Put it under advisement. We may need to exit that one from the system.
Well, my reasoning for playing it was we were in there right before the show started, and you were making fun of Roberto. And,
No, I wasn't. I was listening about
him.
how you verbally accosted a coworker.
No.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. And justifiably so. You don't have to tell me we're not going there on air, on the talkback. I just did go there. I'm going to tell you something, David. This man is sprouting his wings. And he's learning to fly.
Everything's fine.
Yes.
If it was fine, you wouldn't have had to admonish somebody twice your age.
Woo!
And not the first time I've had to do that around this place.
Exactly. I'm proud of you. I just want to let you know I'm proud of you.
He's done it to me several times.
You're not twice his age, though.
Almost. No.
Not even close. Listen.
No, Roberto, you're like, what, 37? Right. I'm 24.
And you just buried somebody. Like you literally verbally ended their day.
No, I mean, I didn't bury.
Listen, I just, you know what? From us to you, we're proud of you.
I love it. I think I heard him somewhere out there saying, now let's cut the malarkey.
Were you privy to the conversation, Roberto? Did you hear the conversation?
No, barely. But
okay. I just know, Sully was addressing a very important issue. I won't get into the specifics on the air because that would be a little bit too personal. And I don't have a relationship with the person that he was admonishing. But I will tell you, 24 going on 50. Those jeans morphed into some bad Dockers, and he moseyed over there like mid-management.
It's nothing personal. Sometimes you just have to get stuff done, man.
No, basically,
and you have to.
You're just saying someone's not good at their job, you're tired of cleaning it up, and we're going to fix this. And we're proud of you. See, David's I'm proud of you.
It'll get fixed.
We're all, boom, there it is. And
I'll see to it that it
you know
does,
what the best part is, and I know the morning show will love this. I didn't even have to get involved in yelling at anybody. Sully just went over and handled it.
God.
It's almost like Colangelo's wife.
Yeah, right.
She just went over and handled ish.
It's got to be an awkward dinner conversation tonight.
We need to get into that. And I don't know what comes out of it, but this is one of those issues, too, is like you don't know if there's anyone on the other side of it. Like, does anyone actually believe this dude was, A, gonna keep his job, or B, should? He was a dead man walking the day the report came out because you have no credibility anymore. You're done. Whether it was you operating fake accounts or your wife doing it, where was your wife getting the information? You. And you and your wife are a team. How do you go back into that practice facility knowing that your wife was ripping Joel Embiid? And she either got that information from you, overheard it from you, or she just decided it would be a good idea to say it on her own volition. None of it works. You'll never outrun the perception. You have private, unpublished medical information of Jahlil Okafor that she clearly did get from you. She wouldn't have access to it any other place. That went public. You had a trade that you laid out parameters for that wasn't complete until a month later. You're done. There was no other way this Colangelo thing was going to end. It's why I kind of found it intriguing the Sixers waited this long. I thought the Sixers could have put it to bed within 72 hours. But, the other thing that's interesting, and look, man, I have no concept of his relationship. It's not my business. I don't know the man. But his statement was really ice cold. I mean, you want to talk about hitting your wife with a truck. Just go to the Colangelo School of Press Releases. I mean, did anyone else take that the way I did? Hey, that was all her. Yeah, irresponsible. Crazy. I had no idea. All her. What do you think you're accomplishing there? Like, if you're Bryan Colangelo, you're never working in the NBA in a high-level capacity ever again. So why would you then alienate your home life for a fruitless pursuit? Like, you're never going to be the president of another organization unless that organization has lost their mind. I mean, if you read the comments, it's crazy. Her actions were a seriously misguided effort to publicly defend and support me. I recognize how inappropriate those actions were. She acted independently and without my knowledge or consent. Further, the content she shared was filled with inaccuracies and conjecture, which in no way represent my own views or opinions. It was obviously a mistake where a family will work through it together. Really? The previous 3 sentences of the paragraph just said, it's all her fault. She's crazy. She did all these things. She's got a great imagination. The problem is there weren't inaccuracies in there. How do you think they traced you down? How do you think they found you? And by the way, if she did it without your knowledge, how did the Ringer go out, have the report, and when the Sixers were questioned about the one account, all 5 disappeared? You mean to tell me she's just a big reader of the Ringer and simultaneously got rid of all 5? Even though only one was asked about. And it wasn't one that was one of the more popular ones. It's amazing to me. It's an amazing story. It shows you the damage social media can do. As ESPN put it, you can add Colangelo to the long list of people that have really, really hurt their careers with social media. But no, Bryan Colangelo's unemployable. There's absolutely no way, with Philadelphia having cap room, being one of the more desirable destinations in the league. Can you imagine if I said that to you 3 years ago? You would have laughed at me. But they have to have credibility in player circles. LeBron going up and making a joke about Bryan Colangelo at the press conference, dead. Dead. You don't recover from that. They have to be on the market, both in the trade market and the free agency market. They have a massive draft coming up. Bryan Colangelo was never surviving this. So I never understood why, if it was his wife operating the accounts, people acted like it would be any better. There is no way that you can fix the perception that you were feeding your wife information and she was putting it out in the public discourse. You can't outrun that. And when push comes to shove, Joel Embiid runs that organization. Ben Simmons runs that organization. And in many ways, with big business, perception runs those businesses. So he was never surviving. Maybe they felt they needed to at least single out the wife, make it look, I don't know, better. But when this was out last week, I talked about it. He's got to be fired. It's game over. And think about this, too. I mean, it sounds crazy. True or false? Is that not the most coveted general manager position in the league moving forward? It's either the Celtics or Sixers. I mean, the Sixers, you take over that franchise as the president of basketball operations. You get Simmons, you get Embiid, you get a gaggle of picks, you get cap room, you get whatever Markelle Fultz is. You got a ready-made coach in Brett Brown. You got a basketball crazy city. You got a big market. It's all there. And Bryan Colangelo self-destructed. And again, do I believe he had no idea his wife was operating those accounts? I have a difficult time believing that. I'm not going to scream and yell and say I'm absolute, but I do have a hard time coming to that conclusion. These teams are one step from the CIA. You don't think they know these accounts? You don't think they pay attention when information is leaked? You don't think those tweets never landed on the account of a team employee? I don't believe that. And we know it had already passed its way through the media machine. The Ringer figured it out. If the Ringer could figure it out, trust me, the Sixers had to have figured that out at some point. And if not them, Colangelo had to have figured out something was up. You want to play the other side? You could say, well, why did he go out and say someone's clearly out to get me? It would make it seem that he didn't know. Maybe he thought at that point they wouldn't trace it back to his wife. I don't know. Any way you want to slice this cheesecake, he's done. He was done the day it came out. He's done today. Crazy situation. The statement, ice cold. I mean, just backs a truck over his wife. I'm sure date night this week's going to be great. How was your week? I don't know. You got me fired. Yeah? Well, nice press release. Can we get the check, please? We're out of here. I mean, can you imagine date night at the Colangelos this week? Ooh, wee. How was your week, honey? I don't know. What'd I miss?
Yes, I can imagine.
Oh. Berto, come on, bud. We got to fix that.
Oh, my.
We got to fix that.
We need to mic Roberto up for a dinner time conversation sometime. See how it is.
I don't think any of it would be airable.
I agree.
But I wanted to start with the Colangelo thing. But, Sully went rogue. Very Colangelo-esque. But, Sully, we're proud of you. You did a hell of a job. Now, you probably should go apologize to the person. But, you did a hell of a job. I know. Look at David. That man respects you right now.
I never apologize for anything.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
No ice cream.
Okay.
Bring it full circle.
Probably a good time to talk about Magic Fiberglass windows. You got two choices.